Greetings, friends. Taylor here. Oh, man. One Piece. Episode number 7. 7. We'll go with that. 7. Oh. We have Nami's backstory. I knew it was coming. But even when you know it's coming, man, that really hits. I mean, it takes me a couple minutes to set up my recording equipment. But I still have, can't really tell, but I still have a little bit of a tear in my eye. That moment. Well, I guess there's two moments. We'll say the second moment. The second moment. When Nami sincerely asks for Luffy's help. Even when you know that's coming, man, that hits hard. And that hit hard correctly. I don't even want to talk about anything else in the episode. I want to talk about those two flashback scenes, but man, they did that right. They really did that right. And like I said, just that scene when you know it's coming, when you don't know it's coming, I don't know, man. I don't think it matters which version of the story you experience that in first. I don't think it matters which version of the story you experience for how many times, but yeah, that scene works. Just that closure for why Nami did everything that she did. And Nami's backstory. Just cutting in the flashbacks. Just absolutely dead on. Everything there was absolutely dead on. I guess I should talk about the rest of the episode and not just go on and on about how right they did Nami's backstory and how good her backstory is. Yeah, let's talk about other stuff. More of the adventures of Garp looking for Luffy. And a really great scene of Garp just having some really nice conversations with Zeff. Yeah, Garp and Helmepo, Koby, they all go to the try to keep that in, I don't know. But Garp, Helmepo, Koby, they all track Luffy as far as the Baratier, and they go have a nice little chat with Zeff. And it's just really fun seeing the interactions between Zeff and Garp. Just some really great conversational moments. Just really are some more fun conversations just between Helmepo and Koby. And you know, this show really knows how to do some nice, unique scenes that just it's just a really interesting way to tell the story in a slightly different way. And I'm really happy with how they did it. It's just it's kind of fun to see something a little new and different. I mean, source material is at least 99 times out of 100, the source material is always going to be the best version, but for an adaptation and for changes made, no, this is great. This is like the I mean, in a lot of ways, I'm going to say something absolutely crazy here, because I think this is a reasonable analogy. This is in some ways kind of like how Christopher Nolan adapted Batman, his Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah, there are changes made with various characters, various stories, but it respects the source material and it keeps intact like the tone and the heart of what makes the story what it is. And that's what's important, getting across the feeling, not just, and there's no way you can adapt this 1-to-1. There is absolutely no way you can do the One Piece manga 1-to-1 in live action. There's too much. It would take physically too long. Just the amount of time required to film everything. Even for the anime, I mean, they obviously have to. You got to do what you got to do to get stuff done on a schedule, on a budget. But I mean, in terms of, I don't even want to say sacrifices made. That's not fair. Just in terms of, I guess we'd say choices, hard choices made. This does it right. What they changed, I wouldn't argue they changed for the better. In some ways, actually, maybe they kind of did, but they changed things in a way that works beautifully for what it is. And like I said, this kind of an adaptation is for a different audience, but they did the right thing and respected the source material and respected the creator and respected the fans first. Made it a companion piece for them and made it a great introduction to something that would be enjoyable to a huge audience that will never experience the source material. I'm sure a lot of people have said this. I haven't even said this yet in any of my episode reactions. But One Piece is a great story with great characters that would be appealing to a wide audience. But there are a lot of people out there, most of the people I know, will not read a manga, will not read a comic book, will not pick up a controller and play a video game. I'm just using that as an example, not specifically for One Piece. Will not watch something animated. Definitely won't watch something that's over 1,000 episodes. Oh, no way! That's not happening. But this is all right. This is the bridge in that gap. I don't know how many people are going to watch this. Not my stupid videos, you know, the actual Netflix show. I don't know how many people are going to watch this Netflix show and go, you know what? I should read the manga. You know what? I should start the anime. You know what? Yeah, the art style is weird and the storytelling is not my thing, but this story and these characters are something worth experiencing. Maybe this will win over a few, but if nothing else, this will create a few more One Piece fans. They will see this, they will enjoy this, and on some small level, they'll get it. They'll know what people are talking about. I know there are anime fans out there, maybe they're just trolls, that won't watch One Piece. Not because it's long, because these same lunatics will watch, you know, Naruto, Bleach, Dragon Ball, and they'll worship the ground that content walks on. But they won't watch One Piece because they don't like the art style. And I'll admit, I was the same way. I'm still not caught up on the show. I got up through the Skypiea arc, and I didn't stop watching because it's not good. I stopped watching because I need to get some other stuff done once in a while. It is a huge time commitment, and you got to make sure you have the time for it and nothing more important to do, because you will not want to stop watching. Probably for the better I haven't started the manga, because I'm going to run into the same problem. And maybe one day we'll get around to it. We'll see. Anyways, I'm going off the rails on one of my, crazy rants. Maybe I have a graphic that I put in editing. But no, long story short, this episode, all of the Nami Arlong content, Nami's plan, Nami's backstory, you couldn't hope for it to be done better than that. That is phenomenal. I feel like I'm going to reuse a lot of the same adjectives in these videos, and I don't care. Maybe I should pick up a thesaurus before I start making these videos, but like I said, these are reactions, these aren't reviews. I'm not scripting this. I'm just telling you the thoughts in my head, and maybe conversationally I just reuse some of the same words. Maybe one of these days I'll sit down, well, probably after I finish episode 8 at some point, I will sit down, I will maybe have the episodes on in the background again. Maybe while I'm working on something else, I'll take some notes. And I'll do kind of a full overview of all 8 episodes. That would be the smart thing to do. But, with a script, like a sane person would do. not whatever this is I'm doing. But again, long story short, this episode is excellent. This is an episode that I'm sure a lot of One Piece fans were really looking forward to see how it goes, and this delivered. The adaptation of the original content, or original content, I guess, would be the new stuff. The adaptation of the source material parts were done very well. I will say there was a certain scene that I was curious if they were going to show as much of it as they did, especially considering how much on-screen violence they've had in the previous episodes. And they didn't show it quite like I was expecting. Notice I'm being kind of vague here, but that it's the first sad part. You'll know what I mean. It was very good. And I'm still kind of split between if I like it the way they did it here or showing it like they did in the anime, and I presume in the manga. And again, just some of the original scenes, just I guess we'll call it the adventures of Garp and Koby, are really fun. I mean, it gives you kind of a quick way to catch up with where some characters just were, and you get some fun, unique interactions that I think still feel very in character. I now kind of want to see in the source material a conversation between Garp and Zeff. I'd like to see how they get along. It's probably a lot like that. But now, I mean, where they ended this episode is an excellent, excellent cliffhanger that leads you to exactly where this needs to go for the finale of this saga. It knew exactly where to go. It knew exactly what to do. It knew exactly where to draw it. So that wasn't even a pun. And we are talking about, an illustrated source material here. But it knew exactly where to leave you hanging for the next episode. I don't know why they necessarily need to do that, because this is Netflix we're talking about, where they dump all the episodes at once. But if this had been a weekly thing, oh man, people would be talking about this nonstop all week. I mean, this is how it's done. But now that I'm done with this video, I'm going to go sit down. I'm going to finish that last episode. You'll be hearing again from me very soon. By the time you're watching this video, the next video will be tomorrow. I don't really have anything to summarize other than, again, well done. Well done. Farewell, friends. I'm going to go watch that episode. When you're watching it, you might want to have a box of tissues nearby. Farewell, friends.